What is up, guys and girls, and welcome to another episode of Just Talking To. And today we have a very special guest, a blast from the past. Say hi to Los from the Big Retro Game Show.
Hey, you guys, what's up? This is Los. How's it going?
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well. I'm enjoying a little bit of coffee right now. It's a little bit early over here in California, so it's a little bit too early to drink. So I'm drinking coffee instead.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, is it ever too early to drink, really? But especially with go on, yeah, especially with the weather out there. Hot drinks must be quite unnecessary.
Yeah, no, it's I'm a coffee fiend. I have to have my coffee every single morning. But no, I mean, it all depends on how much you drank the night before, right? I mean, if you drank quite a bit the night before, then just never too early to drink just to get that hangover out of your system. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's around 10 o'clock here my time, so have to have my coffee. I'm on my second cup. I usually drink a good 6 cups of coffee every morning. I have to have that wired feeling.
That is wired. Yeah, that's a lot of coffee. Okay, so I can see that your background is that intentional? Is that have you built that around your channel, have you? Or
actually, no. I did build it around my channel. I've been collecting for not as long as a lot of other people, but I built a man cave in my garage.
Ooh.
And I have all of my retro stuff, all of my video games, all of my toys, all of my movies. I have the walls covered in posters, music. I have one wall dedicated to movies. I have another wall dedicated to sports that I like. I have another wall dedicated to video games and another wall dedicated to music.
No, so very structured.
Yeah, so it's very structured and I've been wanting to do a show for a long time now, just being a huge fan of YouTube and watching YouTube channels and just being a fan, never ever dreaming that I would start my own channel, but I just kind of figured, I have a man cave and I have all this stuff and I really have a passion for this stuff. I mean, it's really kind of like a lifestyle for me.
Yeah.
So I figured, what, I'm gonna launch the channel and I'm gonna see what happens. And so far, I've had so much fun doing this. I've met, a lot of great people, people like yourself, who are doing just great content, and it is so inspiring. So no, this screen in the background, it's built around all of this before the channel, and even if I didn't have a channel, I would still have some kind of a man cave. You see, I live in a house with 3 women, and so this is kind of like my sanctuary.
Snap! I'm in exactly the same. I've got my wife. I've got 2 girls under 3. So yeah, I feel you there.
So this is my testosterone palace, if you will. And this is where I come to escape from all the estrogen in my house.
It's goals. It's goals. I love it, and it's what I'm sort of aiming towards. I've just got the green screen because behind me I've got my football coaching books, and that's about it really. So I've just got a green screen to hide all that what looks like junk really. But what you've got there is impressive. Like a lot of stuff. Just going back to what you said a minute ago about you've not been collecting as long as some people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally at this moment in time, literally within the last few weeks, I've just ran. I don't know if it's a midlife crisis or what, but I've just started wanting to collect Marvel and DC stuff. And when it's quite good with you being retro, because the stuff I've been watching and I've been ordering off Amazon that have been like the retro shows, like the cartoons, Captain America cartoons from the 60s and stuff like that. And I didn't used to be interested in it all, so I don't know where it's all of a sudden come from literally recently, but I'm starting to sort of get that sort of stuff now. So yeah, hopefully I'll get some sort of background like that at some point.
Yeah, no, and yeah, it's good that you're starting to collect, man. And whether it's a midlife crisis or not, it's a connection to your childhood, and I think that's an important connection to
Yeah.
have. I mean, back then everything was so different. Obviously, with the way of the state of the world is now, and just all of the pressures of adulthood and stuff, it's good just to look back at the things that you love. I mean, the things that bring you joy. There's no harm in that.
No.
And as far as this collection, the stuff that I have in the background, I don't have nearly as much stuff as a lot of other people. You'll go to some channels and they'll have like walls, like big
walls upon walls, yeah.
Shows of games and stuff, and I don't have nearly enough games or anything like that. I try to make a scene that's more interesting for people to look at, and hopefully it adds a little bit of production value to my show.
Yeah, I like it. I do like it, and I'm seeing new stuff now than what I normally see on your channel. The only thing that I've noticed is the blue sign behind you.
Yeah, that's a sign that my daughter made for me for Father's Day.
All right.
Yeah, she painted it for me, and she said, "Dad, why don't you take this over to the office?" And I was just like, "No, I'm not taking this to the office. I want to feature it on the show. I want people to look at it."
Yeah, it's a touch. I mean, it looks like something like that. It looks like what's the word? What's the word? Where it's like important, but not a monetary important. It's like a special important. What's that word?
It's like sentimental.
Sentimental, yeah. That's what it comes across as, a very sentimental piece, and it goes really well with all of the retro stuff around it as well. It stands out. So it's like, it's good that it's there, and it's like really bright in your face. Your daughter must be happy with that.
Oh yeah, no, she loves it. And the little one made me a Star Wars one that I took over to the office because that one was smaller. But this one, I had to show her some love and feature it on the show. And I think that it's all cool. There's one thing when you start a channel is that people get so excited for you, and I'm not talking about just all of the wonderful people who subscribe to your channel and stuff, but just like the people around you, your friends, your family, and you probably experienced this too, where your friends and family are really excited for you, and they are constantly asking you about the show, and they're promoting it for you. They're watching your videos, they're commenting on your videos, and everyone, it just kind of wraps everyone up and gets everyone excited about it. And for me, that's been my experience with this show, is that all of my friends and family have really been excited for me, and they've wanted to be, part of the show in some way, shape, or form. So, this was her little way of being part of the show, and showing her that she, basically loves me, loves the show, and loves what I'm doing. So I really really appreciate that, and it's just that support. I couldn't be doing this without the support of my friends and family, and especially all the great people that I've connected, like you, and people on Twitter, and people on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting you say that, because it's a bit different for me. I mean, I don't know if it's different in England in general, but I kind of started my channel under the radar. I didn't really tell anyone what I was doing. I don't know whether that was partly me or what, but like even when I did tell, when I was like halfway through, I've been going since January, not this January just gone, but so about a year and a half ish. Yeah. And after the first year, I had a couple of my uni mates come up to my house, and I showed them my setup and that, and I was buzzing about it, and they were like, I don't get it, because at the time I was playing a game called Football Manager, which is basically you're simulating a football manager's job. You don't actually play the game of football, you just like set everything up, and then that guides the outcome of the matches, sort of thing, and the league positions. And my mates were just like, so why are you doing it? And I'm like, well, it's just something I want to do. It's a hobby. And they're like, but why? Like who watches it? And I'm like, just people watch it. I get like, so many views and so many likes, and people actually watch you play games? And I'm like, yeah, did you? They just didn't understand it. So I just don't tell anyone. My community is literally who I talk to online, really. Even my missus couldn't care less. She's like, well, I don't care. I'm trying to get her involved a little bit in my Twitch side of it, but she's slowly coming round. But it's taken a year and a half. Do you know what I mean? Normally she's like, oh, I don't care, just get on with it, sort of. So yeah, it's quite interesting you say that you've got that sort of network outside it as well. That's really good. That's really really good.
Yeah, no, it's been great, and it's interesting that your friends they kind of don't understand why you're doing it, but you know what? If it brings you joy, then they should be happy for you.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the type of friends that rib you for everything. Do you know what I mean? Like take the mick, and it don't matter what happens. That's what they're gonna. If they can take the mick out of something, they will. That's just the sort of people they are. So
I'm sure they do it out of love, though. Right?
Oh yeah, well I hope so. But yeah, I was just a bit like, oh yeah, and I didn't know what to say. Like, why do people watch it? I don't know, but they do. So yeah, so basically I had the two main questions, and we've basically gone over. I mean, I have the rough questions that I'm going to ask. We've sort of gone over them anyway, so that's quite good. Your most recent video on your YouTube channel, the G.I. Joe one.
Yeah.
See, I think that was a little bit before my time. I remember you saying in the video that you were a teenager when it came out. Not when it came out, but when it was big for you.
Well,
go on.
Yeah, no. I was a teenager in the '90s.
Yeah. See, I was. I mean, I left school in '99, so I was 16 in '99. So I'm a little bit behind you. Not too far, but I remember G.I. Joe, but I don't remember being big on it. And I honestly don't remember any of the games. So it's quite good to watch your play on it and your take on it. And I was quite shocked that G.I. Joe wasn't one person.
Oh.
See, so you're actually teaching me. Like, it's good that you're teaching people, that, because I was around then. I just didn't have the knowledge that obviously you have. So I thought G.I. Joe was a man, like an action figure.
Dude, I completely can relate to that. When I was a kid, 7, 8 years old. And I had asked my mom for one of these G.I. Joe dolls, and I thought that G.I. Joe was one person too. And so when I got it, I think the very first G.I. Joe that I bought was his name was Grunt, and I thought that he was G.I. Joe. I thought that he was a man, and then slowly but surely I realized that it's the name of the Special Missions Force. It's the name of their group. Yeah. And so I had thought that. I had thought that I had the one G.I. Joe, but no, I was wrong. And then the thing that it's funny because a lot of the kids from the 80s, everyone knows who G.I. Joe is because it was just plastered on TV. They had the cartoon, they had commercials, and so it was just all there for us. And the people who grew up later on, like people who were born later, and who were in the 90s and stuff, who grew up primarily in the 90s, they don't know about any of this. They know more about like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's me. Power Rangers.
Yeah, and like what was the other one? Power Rangers and stuff like that.
Power Rangers. Yeah.
And so yeah, it's kind of funny how the generations each have their own toys, and I think that is awesome. I love it how every one of our generations has these connections to these toys. And for me, it was G.I. Joe. I mean, it's like I mentioned in the video, it was one of my top 3 best toy lines. Yeah. G.I. Joe, He-Man, Transformers. I mean, any kids of the 80s will tell you that those were the top toy lines. And for the girls, it was probably Barbie was a big one. My Little Pony. And
Care Bears or something, was it?
Care Bears, yeah.
See, I was born in '83, so I was
Yeah.
I grew up primarily in the 90s, really. I mean, a little bit in the late 80s, but I don't remember much of it. So yeah, it was just that I couldn't believe that G.I. Joe was actually a special forces unit rather than just one person.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that one game, if you're going to start, if you want to interested in starting to play these games, I think where to start would be that GI Joe Attack on Cobra Island. It's a free download, and it is absolutely marvelous. I love the game. It's a beat 'em up. It's not too easy. I mean, it's not too hard to get into. It's actually rather easy. So it's really a good way for you to kind of get the whole GI Joe thing.
Yeah, you seem quite like you liked that game in the video. So if you want to send me the link, I can put it in the video description, and then hopefully we can spread the love for anyone else who wants to give it a go as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think everyone should have a chance to do that. And they also have and for you guys, children of the '90s, they have a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Beats of Rage game out there, and I heard it's pretty slick. I'll send you the link to that one too.
Yeah.
So you guys can experience that too. It's free, so anybody who has a PC can download it and play it.
Okay, that's cool. So there you go. We've got two retro games in the description, thanks to Los. I keep saying want to say Los, but
I'm
Los,
the lost boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So let's move on to the personality questions then. Right. So
Sure.
I've toned the list down a little bit because there was a lot of sports people on there, and a lot of them were males. So it was a little bit, considering a lot of the people I have on the show are male. In fact, I'm yet to have a female yet, but hopefully we'll get there one day.
Yeah.
So I have broken it down a little bit. There is still men in it, but they're more interesting men. Rather people that people know. So if we go 1 to 271, so you can choose a number between 1 and 271.
Okay. So question between 1 and how about 69?
Good number. 69. Well, I say it's a good number. We don't know yet. Okay. Not a bad number. So we have Little Kim, Cassie. She did the You and Me song, I believe, early 2000s, and Kerry Hilson. You can Google them. You can have a little look online if you don't know who they are.
Okay.
I think Kerry Hilson's the one I know least about. I know Little Kim is a rapper, isn't she?
Yeah, I know who Little Kim is. You said Carrie Hilton?
Kerry Hilton, yeah. Hilson,
Okay.
sorry. Hilson.
Okay. I'm looking at her right now. I'll see who that is.
And then Cassie was the other one. She's, I don't know her surname, but if it don't come up, you can put You and Me, because that was the song she did, I think. It was actually a really good beat to it as well.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So you can either kiss, marry, kill, or snog, marry, avoid, whatever one you want to.
Huh. So the choices are kiss, marry, kill?
Yeah, if that's one you want to go with.
Or what's the other one?
It's the same thing. It's snog, which is basically a French kiss. Marry and avoid. It's just the less killy one. So if you want to be more polite, if you've got someone on there that you really don't like, then maybe the kill one's more apt. But you can use whatever one you want.
Oh wow.
I just know that in England it's kiss, marry. In England it's more snog, marry, avoid, and I think in America they do kiss, marry, kill a bit more.
Okay. Marry Little Kim.
Okay. Is there a reason?
Just because I know her more.
Okay. So
She's famous. She's famous out here, and
Yeah.
I've heard her stuff. and I like her stuff. I haven't
Yeah.
heard of the other ones. Snub Cassie, because she's with Puff Daddy
Oh, is she?
in this picture.
Oh, okay,
that
okay.
I'm looking at.
You should listen
And,
to her song "You and Me" though. It was actually a really good song.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. And Snog
Snog. So you're snogging Kerry Hilson,
Nelson.
marrying Little Kim, and avoiding Cassie.
Yes. There you
Okay,
go.
okay, good stuff.
Yeah.
And the second personality question is: describe yourself in 3 single words, individual words. So it doesn't have to like lead on to as a small sentence or anything. Just 3 single words. If it makes it easier, you can use what someone else might describe you in 3 words.
Gamer.
Gamer.
Above and beyond. I'm a gamer.
Yep.
Musician.
Oh, musician as well.
And the last thing is creative.
A creative gamer, a musician. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, very good. Okay, and the final question before we move on to your shout outs is I've forgotten it. The final question is: you can only have 2 games to play for the rest of your life. You cannot play any other games. You have 2 games, and they're the only 2 you can go back and forth to.
2 games. All right. Number 1, it's got to be Ultima Online.
Ultima Online, okay.
Ultima Online. If you never heard of it, it's an MMORPG. It came out in the late 90s, 1997.
Yeah. I never heard of it, but I mean, sorry, I have heard of it. I've just never played it or know anything about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be Ultima Online, and I would have to say Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay, that's a long game as well, isn't it? So
yeah,
at least you get your play out of it.
There's something really satisfying about that game. One of the best open world games ever created. I think it's going to be really, really hard for anyone to top that experience that it gives you.
How much better than The Witcher 3 is it?
I haven't played The Witcher 3. That's one game that I need to play.
See, I'm the other way around. See, I think The Witcher is the best. So yeah, that is. I'm that way. So like maybe you need to play that, and I need to play Red Dead.
Yeah, no, I've been wanting to play it. I've heard some really good things about it.
Yeah.
But if you're like me, you have a huge backlog.
Oh games. Yeah. I've got my Steam library. I've got about 230 games, I think, and I've played about 6 of them. Like I'm literally because I've got the Humble Bundle thing as well. You know, where you pay monthly and it throws random games at you. It's like £12 a month, and that gives you like 6 to 10 games, I think it is. And they just literally just keep building up in my Steam library. And I'm not playing them, so I need to get into that.
So the struggle is real, my friend.
Yeah.
The struggle is real.
It definitely is.
So yeah, I mean, those are the 2 games that I think that I would have. I could play those games forever.
Okay. Well, in fact, none of them are to have been said yet on the show. So, you've got like you said, a retro one, which I would expect from you, and obviously a new one, which is a long ass game. Okay. So, before we say our goodbyes, have you got some shout outs you want to give? You can. We normally do 3 to 5, so it's up to you. Anyone who supported you or helped you along the way, or
Yeah, no. I have some shout outs I'd like to give. I want to shout out Retrowolf88. He is an awesome YouTuber, very creative. I think he's got one of the best channels on YouTube. He does a lot of Switch content. His style is really funny, really creative. So definitely check Retrowolf88 out.
All them links, by the way, will be in the description, so I'll link everyone's Twitter. down there so people can check them out. It makes it easier for everyone.
Yeah, and then Blazing Camel Gaming is one of the funniest, most entertaining channels.
And so new as well, isn't it? He's only just come onto the scene and people are just absolutely eating it up. I don't know how he gets the confidence he's got.
It's his personality, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch it just because I want to see him and see his commentary and stuff.
Yeah.
He could be playing anything, and it would be fun to watch him, kind of comment on it and stuff.
Have you ever heard of Video Game Donkey?
No, I haven't.
He reminds me of a less, not less. That's not the word. Like, Video Game Donkey's like well up there with the subscribers and that. Like, he just like a newer version of him, but like it's more toned down. Okay. So if you get a chance to have a look at Video Game Donkey. It's Donkey, not Donkey. So U instead of an O. He is hilarious. Donkey, yeah. And if you like Blazing Camel, he reminds me of him so much. So if he's anything like him, then he's going places, definitely. Blazing Camel Gaming.
I'll have to check him out. I will definitely do that. Tesonya, I recently got into her channel. She brings these games that I've never heard of before, and I love watching those new games because it gives me incentive to play them. So she's just an overall great person, great YouTuber, great member of the small YouTuber army. Really highly recommend her channel. If you haven't seen it, go over there, watch her videos, like, comment, subscribe. I think she's one of these awesome YouTubers too. LoopyLiss, another one of those great YouTubers. Definitely has a unique spin, unique content, brings all these games that, again, I've never heard of. And I love checking out YouTubers who play these games that I would have otherwise never known that they're around. So, I mean, I really, really appreciate that. TeleSpalsh Gaming is another one that I really like. High production value, really, really cool guy. Gaming Off the Grid is another one. Do You Nerd? And I think that's about it if we're only doing a few of them.
Yeah, I know it's hard, isn't it? Because especially when you're in this community, on Twitter and that as well, there's so many, isn't there? And it's just hard to narrow it down. But we could be here all night easily with the amount of people that help and support us.
WarPig on YouTube is another one.
Yeah, and do you know what? For the amount he uploads as well, he only uploads like once every 3 months. But it's that good that people still stay. Do you know what I mean? And it's amazing because when I first started out, people were saying you've got to be, you've got to keep uploading. You've got to keep giving to people to watch.
Feeding it, yeah.
Yeah, and he seems to manage just by doing his one video every 3 months or whatever. Because I asked him, I said, so when's your next upload? And he was like, well, it's normally around once every 3 months, but I just do it when I can. But he's someone I want to get on the show at some point because he's a character. He is so good.
Oh, you know it. And another one you might want to talk to is the back in the day gamer. That guy's hilarious.
Yeah,
that guy's probably somebody that I would get along with really well. Just he did these videos on at Too Many Games.
Yeah,
where he went and met up with a bunch of other YouTubers. He met up with Russ Lyman and T-Belly and Captain Algebra and all those guys. And J-Love and them, and I think that guy is one of the most entertaining people on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
But
well, like I said, I haven't heard of a few of them. But if you send me the names or the links, because some of them are quite hard to work out. Do you know what I mean? From the way you're saying it. But yeah, they'll be put down in the links, and I'll definitely check them out. I always check everyone's shout outs out and try and show them some love. Awesome.
So No, I want to thank you for doing this kind of show. I mean, not just because I'm talking to you right now,
Yeah.
but I think that this kind of thing that you're doing is really creating a sense of community around
Well,
this YouTube thing. And I think that
yeah.
it's, people like yourself who are doing these kind of shows are really the people who create this wonderful small YouTuber army community. I
Yeah.
think that what you're doing is just invaluable, and you, my friend, get a thumbs up from me because this is an awesome thing that you're doing.
Thank you very much. I can't take all the credit because this is a spin-off kind of show from one of my friends, Red Event Games. So I will give him a quick shout out because he started the Just Talking series,
Yeah.
and he asked me to sort of do a spin-off. So although I am sort of, I've taken that concept, I am sort of trying to make it, put my own spin on it as well. So yeah, it isn't all down to me. It is down to Red Event Games as well. So make sure you check him out. But we do, between the two of us, we do have a hashtag We Grow Together. And that's one of the underlying factors of what we're doing. It isn't about me growing or him growing or you growing even. It's about us giving you a platform. I mean, we don't make you look good. You make yourselves look good.
Yeah.
Right? But we just give you that platform to do that. And also, we love meeting new people, and being able to talk to you face to face. Well, not face to face, but screen to screen, if you like. So yeah, it's absolutely brilliant, and we appreciate you being thankful. But it's us that are thankful for the people who are willing to come on and present themselves, really. So yeah.
Well, right on, brother. Thank you again.
No problem.
Once again.
Okay, so that's about all we've got time for today. So thanks for watching, guys. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new uploads. If you've liked the video, hit that like button. You know what to do. And if you want to hit us up in the comments, drop a message in the comments, and I'll always try and get back. And also, as I say to every episode, Los, if you want to drop in the comments every now and then and see if anyone's leaving any comments for yourself. Feel free. Sure. And yeah, that's about it. So thanks for coming, guys. Peace out. Give them a wave.
All right, you guys.
See you later.